On December 25, 2024, Christmas Day, something terrible happened over the Caspian Sea. An Azerbaijan Airlines plane flying from Baku, Azerbaijan to Grozny, Chechnya crashed. It crashed only about 2 miles from Aktau, Kazakhstan. This busy city, known for its oil and gas, became the site of a very sad accident. 38 people died and 29 were hurt. The plane was full of people from Azerbaijan and Chechnya going home for the holidays. It was supposed to land in Grozny, the capital of Chechnya. Because the crash happened so close to where it was supposed to land, it was a big shock to both countries. It made the holidays very sad. Right after the crash, rescue workers rushed to the scene. They searched the broken plane, hoping to find people who were still alive. The broken pieces of the plane showed how quickly and violently the flight ended. It reminded everyone how fragile life is, especially when something like this happens. As news of the crash spread, people all over the world sent their condolences. Leaders from different countries said they were sorry and offered to help the families of the victims. But even though everyone was sad, people started asking questions. They wanted to know what caused this terrible accident. One of the most confusing things about the crash is the strange path the plane took. Information from the plane's black box shows it didn't follow its normal route. Instead of flying straight over the Caspian Sea, the plane went off course. It flew over a place with a lot of military activity. This happened just minutes before the crash, and it makes people wonder why the pilots changed their route. One idea is that the plane's GPS system was jammed. This means someone might have blocked the GPS signals, making it hard for the pilots to know where they were going. They might have gotten lost. GPS jamming happens sometimes, especially in places where there's fighting. Because there are some conflicts in that area, it's possible the plane flew into a place where the GPS wasn't working. But some experts don't think GPS jamming is the answer. They say modern planes have backup systems for navigation. They think it's very unlikely that GPS jamming alone could make a plane go so far off course. This makes people think about other possibilities, some of them very scary. Could someone have forced the plane off course on purpose? Right after the crash, Russian officials said a bird hitting the plane might have caused it. But people who saw the crash and evidence from the site didn't agree. Pictures of the wreckage on social media showed big holes in the plane, not the kind of damage a bird would cause. The pictures looked like there were marks from something exploding, which made people think the plane might have been shot down. This idea became stronger because people said Ukrainian drones were flying in the area at the time. Sources in the Russian military said Ukrainian forces had used drones to attack military sites in southern Russia. One of those sites was the airport in Grozny, where the plane was supposed to land. These attacks are part of the fighting between Russia and Ukraine. People are worried that civilian planes flying in the area might get caught in the crossfire. Making things even more complicated, some people said they saw an explosion on the plane before it crashed. People on the ground said they saw a bright light and smoke just before the plane disappeared from radar. This makes some people think that maybe something exploded inside the plane like an oxygen tank, and that caused the crash. The plane crash has caused a lot of problems in the region. It has increased tension between countries and made people demand a serious investigation to find out the truth. The crash also shows how dangerous the Caspian Sea area is right now. It's an important place for energy, like oil and gas, but it's also a place where countries are competing for power. The president of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, was on his way to a meeting in Russia when the crash happened. He immediately went back to Baku to deal with the crisis. He told the families of the victims how sorry he was and promised a fast and complete investigation. He said he would find out what happened and make sure whoever is responsible is held accountable. Russian President Vladimir Putin also said he was sorry and offered to help with the investigation. But the crash has caused problems between the two countries. Some Azerbaijani officials are upset because they think Russia isn't being open about what it knows. The crash also makes people worry about the safety of planes in the area, especially with the fighting between Russia and Ukraine. This sad event shows how war can hurt people, even those far away from the fighting. It reminds us that we need to find peaceful solutions to prevent more tragedies like this.